Check out this good-looking guy, though. Saw him today turkey hunting.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a little lopsided.
Look how freaking heavy he is, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, welcome back, everybody. 100 Proof Whitetails. Ben and Nate back down here at the bar looking at some velvet bucks. One that I saw this morning on my last turkey hunting day. You're getting out this weekend, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try.
Yeah. But other than that, since last episode, did you get your food plot? Did we talk about that last episode? No.
I don't think so.
You got your plot planted.
Got my
At least the summer plot.
The unorthodox plot planted.
Yep. Looked good. I liked the video. I haven't been over there to see it yet. But
I know, I've been meaning to take a cruise down there and just see if it's popping. It's been about 2 weeks.
well, we've got the rain for it to pop.
And a couple nice sunny days.
And some nice sun in between.
Should be popping.
Yep. So yeah, so we talk about how I haven't really talked to you since you planted. You haven't really talked to me.
No. We
Too
haven't
much.
talked in like 2 weeks.
We've been busy. And we've got babies here at the homestead. Not just Nora, but
Got some baby chicks.
my one turkey hatched out 4 little ones.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Two black Spanish looking ones and 2 bourbon ones. So some look like mom, some look like dad.
You should send my brother that if you're interested in selling or getting rid of them. My brother is interested in getting a couple turkeys.
I have 2 Jakes ready to go.
Big turkeys? I think he probably wants to start with chicks. But
Oh, well. Big ones are a lot easier. They're easier to catch and they're...
You can message him.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of Sam. But yeah, so actually, I probably ought to get a hold of him soon because I told Keith he could send 3 of them in a freezer camp because he's like I don't turkey hunt, but I kind of want to put a couple turkeys in the freezer. I'm like,
I
well,
mean, we could end turkey season with a bang. Take a nice photo.
yeah, couple weird looking bump tails. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
the two Jakes, dude, they look like wild birds, and the one's got 4 beards.
The ones we butchered a couple years ago did.
The one's got 4 beards.
How much you got to pay for that?
I don't know. We should probably ask Jerry what they go for a fenced turkey hunt.
Message Jake, see what he'd pay to hunt it.
This would be like free range though, because you know how we do it. We go put them out behind the barn, let them do their little.
Yeah, and you obviously have to shoot them with a 410 with tungsten and all that.
Yeah, at 70 yards.
Yeah, or 7.
You know, we can even imitate it where if you wanna, play a little outlaw, you can jump the horse pasture fence to shoot them. If you want the full experience.
Yeah, I mean you can accommodate whatever you want, whatever experience you want.
Yeah, you want to shoot them out of a blind. You want to call them in. I mean, we can set you up. If you haven't had a successful turkey season, we can set you guys up.
Oh yeah, we'll boost your confidence real quick.
Mm-hmm. We can even have live action other turkeys walking around. So, funny story about that. So, Bear's also feeling better. So, for everybody that doesn't know, Bear's had some neurological stuff going on. My dog. my dog.
Yeah, he got kicked in the head a few too many times by a horse.
Ran into a fucking door a few too many times is what he did. No, so what they kind of figured it out to be is his brain's not sending enough like neurological signals to his muscles. So we've got him on a medication for that, so that increases that. However, the downside is now he drools a lot more, and his bladder is a lot less controlled.
Did your Uncle Kevin have the same issue, kind of?
I don't. Maybe.
Like something similar.
I don't know.
That's what he was explaining to me at the bow dinner.
I don't know. I can't keep up with all that.
He said something about how his nerves block the brain signal to his legs.
I usually turn the volume off in my head when he's talking.
Oh.
So, but yeah, so Bear's doing better. So Bear ran over to the neighbors and visited because he hasn't been able to do that in probably 2 months. And I got talking to the neighbor, and he's like, "Hey," I told him we just hatched a bunch of babies out. He's like, "Oh, that's really cool." He's like, if I see you out about, maybe we'll come over and see him. He's like, "Okay, sure, that sounds good." And he's like, maybe they'll just come over in the yard like they've been doing. And I'm like, John, my birds don't fly out anymore. Like, I got them contained. It's not like before. Before they'd go shit on Rick's hot tub and to roost on the porch over at their house and stuff.
Pissing
So
the neighbors
yeah,
off.
pissing the neighbors off a little bit, so we had to dial it back and refine it a little bit. But so he's like there was a big male the other day, all puffed up, walking through the backyard with a girl, and I'm like, oh, maybe. I said, I guess they could have flown out and been walking around. And he's like, and then they left. He's like, and then about an hour later, here comes the male, but he's got 4 girls with him this time, and I'm like, I only got 4 of them. I only got 4 hens, and 2 of them are
So all
sitting
them
on
turkeys
nests.
you're hunting half hour away or right in your backyard.
So, and I'm like, John. So I'm like doing the math. I'm like 4 girls. I'm like, and a Tom. I'm like, I only got 4 hens, and I'm like, 2 of them are sitting on nests hard right now. I'm like, John, what color were they? He's like, kind of looks at me. He's like, what do you mean, what color were they? He's like, dark, dark, maybe dark brown. I was like, they're not like light, like tannish, reddish kind of colored. He's like, no. He's like, I was like, John, those are wild birds walking through your backyard. So, like me and Nate said, we're hunting all over Ontario County, putting miles on the truck when we hunted together that one day. We even went to Seneca County.
Now you're going to have the whole town over there behind your house hunting these birds.
I only got 5 acres, but I might fucking do it. I might just sit out here in the mornings. I kind of thought about that today before I went to that one piece over here in Phelps I got permission for. I was like, maybe I should just sit out back to see if I can hear birds gobble. But I don't know. I know the neighbors do have some down the road, so I guess it could have been their birds too, just out walking around out back. It's always possible, but it definitely wasn't my birds. I told them.
There you go. You can hunt your neighbor's birds.
So, yeah, just shoot them when they come into the yard. Old Tom didn't come back today. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird.
I mean, New York's population, you're pretty much hunting domestic birds. I think.
Yeah.
They're all released.
Yeah. So, Barrel 35 comments, love that barrel head. It is a custom barrel head by Barrel 35.
Barrel 35.
Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, came out good. I like it. I like it a lot.
So, yeah, I got the food plot all in. I need to go check up on it. I do have a unique deer. I don't think I brought up on the podcast. Like, very unique.
Yeah. Trey?
I think I decided to name him Trey, because he has 3 legs. He's missing his back left.
Mm-hmm.
And
I got a doe missing a front left.
And I discovered him on camera last winter.
Or was it 2 years ago?
No, it was last winter.
Was it last? I thought it was 2 years ago.
And I thought maybe it was a button buck, but I couldn't tell through the photos. And I never saw the deer, never personally laid eyes on the deer. And the opposite side, so his right side, is all scarred up, like he got hit by a car, I'm assuming. And so I've been, ever since I got the deer on camera, I've just been rolling cameras. I haven't pulled them down.
Yep.
I got all my cameras rolling, just trying to watch this deer. Not that I'm going to try and hunt him this year, but I just kind of want to watch him and see how he progresses and actually see what his antlers do. So I got a ton of pictures of him. He actually looks like he's doing good. And then the night before you and me went turkey hunting, went out there. Me and Liza sat up in the elevated blind. Owen was at my parents'. We're just hanging out for the last hour, hoping to catch a gobble somewhere, or maybe watch some birds roost. I'm just
which
hoping.
You did.
Which I did watch a bird roost.
Heard
a bird roost. But lo and behold, Liza looks to the south, and she goes, "Nate, there's a deer right there." So I turn around and I look, and she goes, "It looks like it's hopping. It's walking funny." I'm like, I wonder if it's that 3-legged buck. I'm like, I get lots of pictures of him, and she knows about him. I show her everything, and she's like, "Oh my god, yeah, we got deer everywhere." Nah, she loves it. But anyways, by the time I got the binoculars on him, he was behind a branch, and I couldn't really see. and he made his way through the cut, and he came out into the 100 proof edge slash
The new plot.
No, well, it wasn't new plot then. It was still all of the 100 proof
Gotcha.
that was left, all the bulbs and stuff that they've been digging up, and the alfalfa field, the stuff we put the test spring mix into.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes out into there, and I'm looking off the other direction. Eliza goes, "Hey, Nate, he's coming out." And so I get the binoculars, I'm looking at him, and there he is. He's standing there, and you can see him hop. I actually got a video of him. It was cool to actually see him in person. He came out, he fed for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and kind of worked his way back in the woods. But, yeah, if any of my neighbors watch this, leave Trace alone.
So do we think he's a hell of a 2-year-old?
He's definitely 2 this year. He's he was a button buck last year.
Okay, so he'd be a year and a half maybe, or maybe he was a little.
Right now, I mean, once season rolls around, he's probably 2, year and a half, 2.5. Yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, if he's
actually got some decent.
Well,
he's got some decent horns.
Well, I remember you showing me a velvet picture of him, or sending me a velvet picture of him.
Unless he looked like a button buck, because when he got hit by the car, the shit just rattled off his head. He could be a little.
I guess he could have busted him off when he got hit.
Like clean. He would have had to bust him clean, because there was the amount of pictures I got of that deer, I'd have been able to tell if it was.
Yeah, and I mean he looked.
I feel like it was.
I think he looked bigger than a button buck fawn size last year.
And
you know
it's
what I mean?
It's just kind of a unique, cool situation. I'll send Ben some pictures of him, and he can put it. What's easier for you?
Facebook.
Messenger?
Yeah, put them on Facebook. Yeah. We'll share them right up.
But I've been following this deer, and I'm kind of excited to go. I got to go through whenever I go down to. Maybe we could do this tomorrow if you come over for ribs, leftover ribs.
I think that's a great idea.
We could take a cruise down there. I can swap all the batteries out. And if we see any turkey sign, maybe that's hey Nate, you should go turkey hunting over there.
Yeah.
This weekend.
So I found some more dust bowls on a piece that we can't hunt, but I'm gonna really lock that up for next year.
Dust bowls are key.
Yeah, I found a couple more.
If you want to hunt turkeys like you hunt deer, just find dust bowls.
Yeah. So Nate's gonna send some pictures over. So with the dust bowls, I know a lot of people are saying no mow May. So what we've always done, and whether it's right or wrong, I've always done sectioned mowing, or I call it drunk mowing. Because if you probably looked at it with a drone or from an aerial view, it would look like you were drunk driving all over the field. So what the reason for that is, and why the different zones is because, specifically more for turkey poults than I guess it would be for deer, but in some of those old field areas, when those poults are little, I mean, I just showed Nate a video, and I'll put a video up on the screen too of little baby turkeys so you guys can look. When they're little, dude, and brand new, like for that first 2 weeks, it's like hit or miss, like catch or die. So if you get them into a tall grass field that's waist high, you know, you walk through it turkey hunting and you get soaked right down to your freaking underwear, those baby turkeys can't do that. So I like to mow stuff in different heights and different sections. Obviously, walking it off first, it takes a lot more time. It's more time consuming. I'm not saying go out and mow your entire field, but mowing patches or irregular strips. That way there's areas of escape cover from predators, or areas where that bird could escape through to, as well as, you know, different areas where they can forage when they're little. Because when they're brand new, that first week, dude, they are itty bitty babies. So I'll share a couple. Hold on. Stand by. We're just trying to do all the technical stuff right here.
So talking about poults, yeah.
Talking about turkey poults and how everybody's saying no mow May, everything like that.
There are no turkey poults. They all drowned.
Yep, they all drowned in this
mow.
rain. So the biggest thing is to walk the fields first, and like I said, it's irregular mowing. Like I said, drunk mowing is what we've called it in the past. So with that, Barrel 35 says, "Thank you, great show. Keep on. Appreciate it. Thank you." I can't remember the gentleman's name right now. I have a card right here, though. It's in the barrel head.
Well,
Anybody
continue your
comes over-
story. Don't get distracted because I'm tinkering.
Bob.
Bob.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. Barrel 35. You can find him on Facebook. He does
I like
custom
his
barrels
cards.
and everything. Yeah, they're nice.
It's like a
So-
scratch off. Do I win some?
I don't know.
If I scratch 35, do I win some?
So when you do that irregular mowing, what you do is you set different heights and different foraging areas that they can use. Also keeps them from getting overly wet. So, oh Jesus, I hate all these spam messages, dude, that I've been getting lately. So you want to do.
You gotta lay off the.
Okay, so don't mind my poorly.
And if anybody's wondering, that's a baby turkey. Right there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Got to click on the right screen. So these are
Look at him go.
These are 2 or 3 day olds at this point.
Sam,
And
you get some bourbon turkeys.
yep. So we got the 2 bourbons. Black Spanish is this coloration, and there's actually another Black Spanish under there somewhere. I don't know if he comes out in this video or not. But as you can see, like they would fit like right in the palm of your hand. So when they're that little, if it's like taller than lawn height, I let them out the other day. They got out in the horse pasture, and you see how tall the pasture is out by the barn. That side of the pasture, they got stuck in it. Like they couldn't. Like the mom was over, like yelping to them and clucking a little bit, trying.
I'm sure
to get 'em
that's
to
a
come
little
back.
different with wild birds.
I don't think so, dude. They're the same size. You know what I mean? It's the same size. They all come out the egg at the same size. So it's not any different on that front. But I think it makes
the
it
size,
easier on
but
them.
I mean like the environment that they're born into.
I mean, it's definitely adversity. Yeah, I don't think that was a button buck last year, dude. I think he just shed out.
Like super early. I don't know. Look at that. You look at the set on him. He's got a big set when he.
Yeah, he might be a year and a half, dude. I don't know. Year and a half or
Might
2.
be a year and a half. I don't know. Can you zoom in on his head right there? Like that's the picture where I was really trying to figure out if he was a button buck or if he got his antlers knocked the shit off or if they shed.
Was that last year?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely...
No. That's this spring.
Oh, that's this spring.
That's
I can't
4.
see the
That's
date
4.
all the way. Okay.
4. Yeah, that's this spring. Well, I've only had him on camera since last winter.
Okay. I didn't know.
There you go, 421, 25.
Yeah, I would say.
Look at those scars on his side.
I mean, the deer's got a good sized body. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. He's just so leaned out, I think, from his body, just trying to recover from his.
Oh, he got hit. It
Major
looks like he
incident.
got fucking destroyed by a car or something.
That's
dude.
what I mean. I think he got smoked.
So, I don't know. I think he's a cool one to definitely follow.
I'm looking forward to following him.
We'll see.
I'm just hoping he doesn't get crushed.
I had one with a big club foot, and I actually ended up finding the foot.
So far, not to cut you off on your story, but so far, which I don't have any updated pictures of him, and I will, his antlers are growing symmetrical.
I wonder if he was... Well, I don't know. I can't believe he was fucking born like that, though.
I don't think he was born like that.
I can't believe it.
The bases are. We'll see what it does once it starts expanding out. But, I don't know. We'll keep you updated on Trace.
Yep. So... But other than that, it's been a rough turkey season. Can't find a whole lot of birds. I mean, you haven't been out. You've only been out one
I
time.
only went out opening day with you, I think. Or opening weekend.
Yep.
I don't know. I just don't really.
Like I said, I might have been
I
out.
have fun doing it when I'm out there. The weather has sucked on top of it. Plus, been busier than hell. I go to play now than going and chasing a bird. Honestly, this is probably going to be very controversial for some people, but I don't think we should have a turkey season for 2-3 years in New York. At least
In zones.
Finger Lakes region.
In certain zones between the lakes, I could definitely see that. Southern zone almost.
I say
Well,
just
you
cut
get
it
down,
out
you get
for at
down,
least 2 years.
you get down Chemung and Tioga. I've heard birds down there showing ground. I've heard birds a lot down there.
Well, you go up
North of Syracuse.
Yeah, north of Syracuse, so they're everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So it's a flip a coin, dude, thing. I think so. Here's my take. I think we should get away from shooting hens in the fall.
Which I don't think anybody does anyway.
Not many, but I think you just do it. And then the other thing I would say is you can shoot two birds, but you got to shoot them from two WMUs. Can't shoot them off the same area or zone.
Turn New York into a
So
one-time state.
So essentially a one-bird state, because a lot of guys only hunt probably in one WMU. Unless you're a guy like, somebody from the cartel or something like that, where you're going all over the place. A lot of guys only hunt in one or two, maybe.
Or
I think that would save a lot of birds. I did lock up, actually, I will say this. I did lock up a couple 100 acres for next year. For turkeys. Solo.
without me.
No. Sorry.
Solo?
Meaning the both of us.
God damn it.
But I gotta share the map to you.
That'd be nice. Oh, yeah. Find
It would be
well, we were driving
well,
around.
no.
Birds.
So one
They're
of
just
them.
not on
So
where
one of them was where we wanted to dump you off, and I'm like, I think we'll get permission for this, but I don't want to dump you off.
He's already dead.
I don't think so.
Cartel was there. They got him.
I don't think so. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
I almost went there and just rolled the dice because I got the green light because they didn't even know season was still going on, and I was like, okay. I was like, but can I have? They're like, anything that's ours, you can go hunt it. Don't even have to ask. I was like, even on Sundays.
Could have had a 9-incher, maybe 10.
Well, so I told him, and I was like, all right, so with this, if anybody else asks you for the safety side of it and such, have them call me. Or tell them, no, I got a guy that already hunts it.
What'd they say?
He's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, yeah, we don't need somebody coming into one end of a wood block and coming from the other. And
Turkey
not knowing
season,
who's in
I feel
there.
like it almost get way more dangerous than deer season. I feel like you have more casualties during deer season because
Nobody wears orange in turkey.
Well, no one wears orange, and hunters are out there calling like crazy, trying to sound like what you're hunting. Mm-hmm. So people, if they don't know you're out there, will move in towards you possibly.
Oh,
we had an encounter this year.
We did.
We had a guy walk right up to us. Off of public land. We were on the edge of public and private, and this guy walked literally right to the line of us calling. And me and Ben got behind a tree
and didn't move.
Because we didn't know if this guy was going to try shooting or something.
Yeah, if we tried to wave or anything like that. So I guess that's a little bit of a late for the turkey season tip or whatever is.
Ben wouldn't let me yell at him.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, hey!
I was like, well, don't screw up the guy's hunt if he's out hunting or whatever.
Screwing up his hunt. He was going to come over and shoot that bird over on that private property.
I bet he would have if, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it if people do.
Screw him.
So, yeah, we didn't.
I just shot the bird on public.
We just sat behind the tree, and then once we heard him move off, so he kept going deeper into the public. Right along the line, though, we could hear him. We dropped back and went back down the trail, and we're like, well, I guess we're not gonna try to call a bird off public now, because we had seen a few birds on camera right next to the public before season started.
So what did we do? As the 100 Proof Whitetail podcast, we went and started scouting deer trails.
Yeah.
We left and we're like, wow, this spot's shot. It's whatever time. Let's go check this out. Let's go check this stand out.
Yep.
And see what's going on.
See how stuff's
Was that the same day we found that deadhead?
The shut it out one?
Nah, it wasn't the same day. It was different.
No.
But we did. We did go look at some deer trails. We drove around a little bit. We got on a side-by-side and we're like, screw it.
Yep. Check some shit out.
Maybe we didn't. I don't know.
No, I feel like ride the side-by-side.
I still feel like we went and scouted for deer. We went over in that field And we were looking like, if this is beans, 100 proof.
They did. They planted beans today.
All right, perfect.
I was out there today.
I'm not punching my buck tag until it's muzzleloader
100 proof.
at Clemency's.
Clementines.
Clementine number 2.
So I think that's going to be solid. Yeah. We had a couple good ones supposedly survive. We didn't.
I need to get back over there and
we need to hang some cameras.
talk with the owners. I feel like you're losing the smoozing side of it.
What do you mean losing the
I'm
smoozing?
like, I felt like I was a little more like the sweet talk of it when we were doing it together.
Your voice velvety.
Yeah, velvety, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're over there making them mad because you leave sticks in the yard.
No, I'm not making them mad leaving sticks in the yard.
At least we got 1 deer off of it. Or 2. I got 2. At least I got 2 deer off of it. And I don't even work there anymore. They're definitely kicking us off.
No. Don't say that. Yeah. We'll be fine, Nate. Don't worry about it. Anyway. We do have to get cameras out back over there, though. And I want to put out a couple different spots now with the beans going in. So that'll be good. They haven't cut the hay yet, though, which I'm kind of surprised because I've seen a bunch of people dropping it all around. The alfalfa, anyway. That's heavy orchard grass and clover over there. But, another?
Yeah, alfalfa's starting to drop. No May Mo or whatever it is.
Yeah, no mo, man.
No Mo May. It's
You want a Coors or a Miller?
I don't care. But yeah, that's starting to go down. I'm kind of excited to see the first cutting on, because I didn't do anything to the grass field. To the grass field that we did the 100 proof spring mix test plot in.
The OG one, yep.
The OG. And the Crimson Clover came through amazing.
Crimson's popping like crazy right now.
And the Ladino came through really good. But this year, I'm not seeing any Crimson in it because it's annual. But I thought it overseeded.
It might, but it doesn't do as well. Reseeded. If you don't mow it. If you don't mow it and disperse those seeds better.
Once you get that first mow, after all of that, I would like to see what the Ladino's doing and the different stuff that's in there that actually made it through the next year.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited for the first mow.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff that I did, like the section mowing, like I was saying, or the irregular drunk mowing, is looking really, really good right now. Speaking of that, I want you to come out and give me a couple 2 cents.
I still got to come out and do a ride around because I have no idea what you guys been doing over there.
Well, yeah, we gotta get a game plan for the farm. We gotta get a game plan for my grandma's piece. We gotta get a game plan for. I want to take you to my one caretaker piece over here in Ontario County, and do a ride around over there. I got a couple new ideas because we're not doing corn this year over there. He's decided it's too much of a cost to keep that going, so. I got a couple new ideas.
Local guy?
Yeah. I got a couple new ideas when I was out there today. So I was like, I got a couple ideas. Want to get some eyes on it. I also probably got to...
fun. Bring Owen out there.
Also,
let him loose. He can run around and you and me figure stuff out.
Also got to have you probably come out and give me a hand cutting some trails back.
There?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because lost a bunch of ash trees with that big wind we got about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the beginning of May.
Dropping the trails? How many? What do you mean, a little help? Like, is it a little help or a lot of help?
It's cash help is what it is.
So that's a lot of help. You ain't paying me for a couple trees.
Yeah. That's,
we're just clearing the trails. We're not cutting up the whole trees, dragging them out.
Nope.
Alright, that ain't bad.
Cut and move. Buck and move.
Can I keep some of the wood?
Oh, yeah. Much as you want.
Alright, good, because I need wood.
Oh, okay. Well, we already, we pulled out, so he wanted all the ash pulled out last year that we cut out of, like, the food plot areas and stuff, because I'm like, we need to get ahead of this before they all come down.
I
So
should just bring my splitter over.
so we did like 70. We did like
We cut it and
70.
split it right
We
there.
did like 70% of the ash trees that were in all the food plots and fields. Um, with that last wind, the last 25% came down.
And
So,
all of them were over trails.
Yeah, that wasn't even counting trails. That's just talking in the fields and food plots. Like, we didn't take anything out along the trails or in the woods and shit. There's enough wood there to last for a good long while. But yeah, if you want some firewood, dude, have at it. Because the couple I did in that one field I mowed, the small like kill plot, that one I mowed completely. Just because of where it is, and I think I want to put buckwheat on that. Um, I just pushed those ones off to the side. But there's probably still 40 or 50 logs stacked up from last year. That'd be easier to buck. I think because they'll never go through it all. They just burn a little bit in the freaking wood stove and the fire pit in the summer. I told him, we're going to probably stack up 60, 10, 12 foot logs. He's like, oh, no, it's not going to be that many. He's like, everything decent, just haul it up. I'll start hauling everything up, dude. Next thing you know, we got a stack 2 rows freaking deep that's 8, 10 foot high. Ferrying it back and forth to the tractor. But yeah, so
No
it needs
offense, but the lawyer telling us
Yeah,
how much wood we're gonna have.
that's okay. All good. But yeah, so I got a couple ideas, dude, and he's letting me finally be creative with it.
Oh,
I'm not just the go
hold
mow
on,
guy
so,
now.
so you know those leashes that like retract? Like he's actually hitting the button and like letting you go a little bit now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not telling me what to do. He's asking me what to do, a little bit. Whereas before it was just go mow this, go do that, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then
Every time he asks you just hold your hand out. $20.
Yeah. No, so, well, he started asking. He's like, well, how do you and your buddy do it every year? I'm like, because we got a plan, we got a purpose, and a reason for all of our shit. We don't just throw a ton of money at it.
He must tune in and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, and he sees, the pictures and stuff like that during season and stuff like that. So,
a lot of time, a lot of work, and you got to have a plan and a goal.
Yeah. And a little splash of common sense.
A little splash of common sense. But I think that is where majority of people go wrong, is just staying focused on a goal. What's your goal? And then you work, and you come up with a plan, and you work to set that plan up to accomplish that goal. That's with anything. Everything and anything. That's the process. It's the same thing with whitetails. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like the movie there, if you build it, they will come. Okay. Well, you got to have an idea. You got to come up with a plan to bring this idea to life. And then you actually have to execute that plan. And then you kind of hit a trial or error stage.
Yep. There's always some of that.
And it works out or it don't work out or you come close. And then the following year, that plan that you had, you elaborate on and you make it better. And then you keep making this better. You keep adding to this and you keep adding to that plan. And before you know it, you got a full-blown...
You got it all pieced together, dude.
You put the puzzle together.
Yep.
So, honestly, that's the biggest thing, is just staying focused with it. If you're really driven that much to do it,
yeah,
and you want to kill a good buck consistently, you put the time in, you're going to have to spend some money. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you're going to have to spend some money.
In the right places.
You got to come up with a plan. It has to be a realistic plan. Like, you can't be like, well, I need 300 acres and this and that and this tower blind and that and blah and this food plot and blah. Yeah, that all looks good on TV, but you don't really need that. You just need...
Doesn't matter what you're sitting in.
A realistic plan, and then every year you just slowly build towards achieving those bigger goals. Mm-hmm. hacking a little bit off the rope at a time, and every year it gets better and it gets better and it gets better.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the process. And if you can't, unless you're a bazillionaire, that's the process.
Yeah, and I think
And that's where a lot of people go wrong.
that old Jesse.
That's my dad.
Oh, Plap. Plap, you ain't tuning in. I'm disappointed in you, sir. But no, so me and Dad talked about that because Keith came out for a ride around this year, and Gary came around for a ride around.
And everything you guys did on that farm, that has been the work over what, 10 15 years?
Since '08, dude, so we're almost pushing 20.
Well, there you go. Everything that's established there and what you guys have done, if people come out and
15,
look and they're like,
16
wow,
years.
this is badass. Well, that's 15 years of work and planning. And
I don't even want to know like how
you
many.
didn't just buy that 250 acres and it. There it is.
Yeah, and I mean you've seen that tick up over the last. I'd say probably 10 is when we really started dialing it in, dude. Like the first 10 was a lot of, like you said, you got ideas, you start putting stuff out there, trial and error. There's
Some
a little
things
bit,
work, some things don't. Well, that didn't work. Okay, nix that.
or change that, or do a little different. And it's like, okay, maybe we play between
And if you're
step 1 and step 2, and play kind of like step 3 goes in between.
And if you're like me and you can't remember half the shit you did, then keep a log. It takes nothing to write a little note down, a date and a note.
Dad's got a notebook.
Then you can look back on that notebook. Oh, well, we did this back then. We don't need to repeat that mistake.
Yeah, so we talked about that. We probably should just do a ride around, like you, me, Owen, and Dad. Just drive around, look at everything that's done. Try to. Well, the problem is now is the hogweed. Drive around the hogweed. But yeah, we can't get into stuff to even spray, dude. We got standing water in fields where we haven't had standing water before. Like, it's been a rough year for rain.
A lot of rain.
You know, to get stuff sprayed off. So, we're looking at probably, just like last year, probably late June. And we'll probably do similar to like we did last year. For the corn plots, we're going to try to get as far toward the end of fawning and turkey season as we can, because we got short-term corn. We'll go in there, we'll mow it low. We'll drill right into fresh mow. We'll let it pop for about, if we get the right rain, it might only be 4 days, 5 days. But last time I think we let it go like a week, 10 days. Do a spray right before the corn comes up. And then by the time that dies out, I mean, you saw it last year, the corn came up freaking great. The nice thing is we went through this year.
For deer corn, solid.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't ask for anything really better for deer corn.
Yeah, it worked out good. A little bit thinner. I think it was a little bit thick, but not too bad. Just because we're planting with a grain drill.
Your seeding rate, you probably could have slowed down a little bit.
Yep, could have lightened up the seed rate a bit. I think this year we're going to try to do...
But that's one of those things. That's the trial and error part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys went into something new that you'd never done before, and you're this is our plan, and this is what we're going to execute. You went in, you did it. Now you're seeing the pros and cons from it.
Yep. We get a book for a drill, and we go, oh, there's no corn in a grain drill, obviously.
Note it, make it better.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump 50-50 corn, beans together. Run the same settings we ran last year. That way, it'll half the corn rate, but put the beans drilled in with it.
You might as well just do the Three Sisters through the whole farm.
Squish. Get some squish in there with it.
Deer love squish.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, they do. Pumpkins and squash.
You want a hell of a food plot? Plant a whole food plot of winter squash. Pumpkins.
They love them.
Crush them.
So, yeah. So we got a lot of plots over there. Dialing back and doing more plots over at the caretaker piece in Ontario County. And then Grandma's, I might try to get the drill over there, but I don't think I can get it across the valley to get it over to the main field. I want to drill in with it, so that'll probably just be. I think I want to put part of that to clover, like and actually make it nice clover. Because that's got potential for killing turkey birds early season. So, um, yeah, it's just we got to take big rides around and just come up with a plan. We're kind of putting stuff on hold for mowing and everything till I would probably say Father's Day at this point. Try to get any of those turkeys right now to get them right pretty close to that point where they're hatching them out. Same thing with fawns. Fawns have been on the ground since beginning of May. Seems like they were a little early this year, but those were last week of October fawns probably the way they're dropping. Um, but yeah, I think we just need to do a ride about, check some shit out, make a game plan. Um, and I think we also this would be a good thing to do is the new pieces we picked up for turkey that I got secured for us. We'll get out and just do a walk on them. It doesn't have to be right now. We could take kids out, frickin' ram around on it, put them in the backpacks, just walk around on them a little bit. You know, get some eyes on it. That way we know a little bit going into next season area. Check out the woods a little bit, see what it looks like, full foliage and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Seneca County one, though, the one that's like right on the county line, the one where we saw that bird, that year, was like, let me out! I can kill him!
Kill that guy.
I see him! And I'm going to sit on that tree right there and I'm going to kill him and I'm not even going to call.
It's like a dog chomping at the bit.
Oh, just pulling at the chain. But I think that farm, dude, the way I looked at that again, I've driven down that road half dozen times since then. Literally.
It's a nice drive.
I've been daydreaming on that road.
And you're like, man, I should have just cut Nate loose.
Yeah, I should have. And the more I look at it, I'm like, man, dude, this is a great freaking farm for the access. And the way that it all lays out with where the wood blocks are, and then the ag fields on adjacent peaches, but that piece as well, work out really, really good to set up for a nice hunting spot. And a lot of people don't talk about this, but sun orientation, making sure the sun's at your back in the morning, not lighting you up in the face. Also, I think birds like to roost with that southern face. To catch that sun in the morning, dude, I know it's weird, but my birds do it because I see where they roost on the fence, and it's always toward the south. It's really weird. So I've learned a lot too from watching my, I don't know what you want to call them, domestic birds, and their interactions and their socializations and stuff like that. And if you want to come learn how to turkey call, I mean the birds will gobble at you clapping your hands. But I mean, if you want to come out there and listen to like the vocalizations of like the hens and that kind of stuff, it just throws a whole different vocabulary out there. It's not just a cluck and a purr and a yelp. It's like the bubble clucks and the clicks. Like that's what they're doing 90% of the time when they're just hanging out. So, yeah, I know we talk a lot about turkey. We don't kill them very often. I mean, like half the birds I've killed are like right here on the video. But it's fun. Like you said, it's for us. It's when you're out there with your buddy or your dad or whatever. It's not our.
It's like a camaraderie thing. It's almost like duck hunting.
It's bird hunting for us.
There is some skill to it, but honestly, I mean, come on.
If you know where they are, you're gonna kill them. With deer, yes, you know where you are going to kill them, but is it like the deer? Like, there's not. It's just tough. Like, once in a while, you'll get that with turkeys. Like, you'll know where a bird is, and, like, you'll try to hunt that bird specifically. But it's not like deer, where you get, like, screwed into an individual. And that's the thing. Like, you get screwed into, like, one or two individuals. Like.
Yeah, because when that mailer's flying by, you can't tell if it's got 3 or 4 curls on its tail. Just shooting at it.
Yeah. It's just like, I think that was a mallard, not a teal. But yeah, so like, you know, you can't go into that in depth with the serial killer board, and I feel The turkey definitely have personality. Ducks, I don't hunt them enough to know, but deer definitely do. I mean, some of them are very. You live in this little itty bitty spot. Other ones that go all over the frickin' place. And then the more you talk to like neighbors and stuff like that, that's like, oh crap, he was over here that day. We found out one of the bucks that I found a shed to this year, or I think Tim found that shed. Um, he was on the farm, and then on Grandma's, and then sometime between that like 2 day window, he dropped his one side on the farm where we found it, which is on the far side of our farm. But he was over at Grandma's for a couple days, like in that like shed window, and it's just like, even as the crow flies, dude, that's a line, and it's like, even Hannah and my dad were like, "You sure it's?" I was like, "I look at enough pictures, and you've seen me clipping through pictures. I'm like, yep, that's him. I just keep clicking or move them over to a folder or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how my brain gets wired, looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures a year. Is I can just pick those out and be like, oh, wait a minute, that's Hank. What's he doing here? And I go look through a couple more pictures and I'm like, oh no, that's over at Grandma's. Like, what the hell's going on? Kind of deal. So, um, yeah, I love being able to follow deer like that.
Your dad's talking about the ghost.
Oh Jesus, the ghost. Nope, we're not even gonna talk about that.
Brian, you got to come on the show and talk about the ghost.
If you want to talk about the ghost, you got to come on the show and talk about the ghost.
I mean, that'd be a cool one to end turkey season out with.
Yeah, that bird's been. I want to say I was in college when he killed that bird. So that bird was probably killed 10, 15 years ago. Or better.
Yeah. Brian's pretty proud of that bird.
Mm-hmm. I think the bird had... Fuck, he was over 1 3/4 inches. I think it was Dad's biggest set of hooks. That bird had freaking, like bona fide daggers, dude. Like, and they were black tipped, like
Does he
mostly
still have
ivory.
them, or do the mice chew them?
Don't know what that's at. That'd be a question for Dad if he comes on the show. Talk about the ghost. But anyway, so what else we got coming up? We have not this weekend, but the weekend after is Aerofest. So, did you get your tickets yet for Aerofest?
No.
Do you want me to get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much do I owe you?
I think it's for the shooting pass and the raffle. I think it's 50 without like the raffle pack thing.
What is it?
I think it's 50 for the
June,
shooting pass
June 20.
and the all you can eat, all you can drink. June 7th, Saturday. That's down at Wellsville Rod and Gun Club. So we'll take off early. We'll take off, I don't know, 6-ish maybe. Come pick you up, or you can come
It's
here or
almost a
whatever.
2-hour ride.
Yeah, it's getting there. Hannah says, Ben, you should tell people about Aerofest. We were talking about Aerofest. Good timing, sweetheart.
We just started, Hannah.
Perfect. So Aerofest is the main fundraising event for the Upper Genesee NDA branch.
NDA.
Mm-hmm. QDMA.
For those of you that don't know, it's QDMA with an NDA in it, and it stands for National Deer Association.
Put an asterisk on it. So yeah, I would say they're the most. They might even be the only branch left in New York, for the most part. So Sean and those guys, they do a great job. They still do the conservation seed program and all that good stuff. And yeah, it was. I went down there, picked up soybeans the other day. So got soybeans.
So you got some? Brian Vandermeer was looking for some. He's wondering if you were getting some.
Oh, they're all gone. It's all sold out.
Sorry,
it's all sold out. Nope. So yeah, they still do that. Again, they reached out to me about doing another branch here in the upstate New York thing or whatever, and it's it's a cluster, dude. Like, we had a Zoom call meeting and we talked about where everybody was, and I'm like, everybody on this call is like over an hour and a half for me. And before, when we did the branch, you were involved.
QDMA.
Yep, QDMA side of stuff, and Clayton, Jake, a couple other guys were involved and stuff like that. Joe Winsky.
New York was way more, as a whole, was way more involved with QDMA.
Yep.
For some reason, NDA took over and New York dropped off the map with it.
I think COVID had a big shot to do with that, killed a lot of momentum for it, but then nobody was there to pick up the slack after. And I think it died out. Is what it was. I think that was.
I think hunting numbers went up during COVID, though.
I think they went up, but you couldn't do the banquets, you couldn't do the archery shoots, you couldn't do that kind of stuff. So
the revenue wasn't there.
No, but just the involvement and keeping it relevant. And again, I think, and this is just a hot take, I guess, I think they hurt their image for an organization by switching the name. Like, I would rather you have switched the logo, like NWTF does every couple years, but keep the name.
QDMA.
Because no matter what, NWTF is still National Wild Turkey Federation. Ducks Unlimited is still always DU. It doesn't matter what logo is on the organization. You don't flop your name.
Just by saying national might have hurt them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I think QDMA should have stuck QDMA. Whether I'm right or wrong with that. I mean, the numbers in the...
I think they should have stuck QDMA.
Yeah, so it's definitely something that going forward, whether I'll get involved or not, if there's enough interest in the area, but even Rochester, and that's why we started the Finger Lakes branch, it was closer for me and the group of volunteers we had to do it. But when they were talking in the Zoom meeting and the director wanted to have a branch and be like, somebody step up and be president, I'm like, everybody here is over an hour from each other, literally. It's people all over the state on the Zoom call. I'm like, there's no central and because you were there, you need a central nucleus to keep that branch going. If you're going 2 hours for an event a couple times a year or whatever, it's not going to last. Wellsville does a great job because they have a core group of 10 or 15, 20 guys in Wellsville area.
Well, you gotta understand,
it's volunteer. It ain't paid.
It's volunteer, and people are getting paid for it, and it's just a small little branch on someone's life. It's not
it's not the main thing.
It's no part of the trunk of the tree of someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the ghost. 7-year chess game. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know if it was
7. I think next week, Brian needs to come on and tell the ghost story.
I don't have to pick Hannah up from the airport next Wednesday, so maybe. Maybe we shoot at your barn, meet halfway.
I'm down.
Put it on the calendar, Dad.
Liza will probably watch Nora if Hannah's busy.
Put it on the calendar. Or Mom could watch.
Yeah, but it's only for an hour.
Yeah, true.
Liza's got no problem watching Nora for an hour.
Well, now she's up walking around. It's a different story, dude. She's gone. She's running. Pew!
Yeah, but Owen's with her.
Yeah, that's true. Keep it a little more contained.
Owen will probably push her down and be like, "No, stop that."
Yeah, so Aerofest is still going. Want to pimp this out.
Pimp it.
Pimp it.
Pimp it segment.
What?
The Pimp It segment.
Pimp it segment. Jake's Day, the Youth Day, June 21st, which is the weekend after Father's Day.
And it literally has nothing to do with our professional archer friend Jake.
Yep. Nope. Jake bailed on it. I think Tim's gonna come and work the archery side of it. Nate might come and.
I thought I missed that. I thought it was this past weekend. I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. And then I was like, nope, it's June 21st. I'm good.
So Cartel Calls stepped up and every youth that comes to the event, and we average over 100 youths at that Jake's Day at the North Seneca Sportsman's Club, every single youth will go home with a turkey call.
So wait a minute. If I bring Owen, I get a free turkey call?
Yep.
Thanks, Tyler. I needed one. You didn't give me one this year.
Yep. So thank you, Cartel Calls, for all that. Yeah, and then Mom last year with Lil Nora came to Aerofest last year, and the Trooper hung out all day. I mean, it was a long
Who was
day.
he looking for?
What's that?
The Trooper.
Nora and my mom were troopers at Aerofest last year.
Oh, okay.
So, they hung out all day, even down to the last raffle. Where
How old was Nora then?
She would have been 6 months, maybe. 5, 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
So, we went down there for Aerofest and hung out literally till like the last minute. And they forgot to draw this last minute item. I'm the king at last minute items. I want a rifle from the.
Wait, have you even opened it yet?
I haven't put the bolt in it. I've opened it up. And
Open it
showed
up.
it.
Let's see that thing.
So I don't want to get canceled on Facebook.
That's how that
Hannah
works.
says 3 months. God damn it!
3 months, Ben. She's not impressed.
I said 4, 4 or 5, close enough.
Yeah.
So I apparently want a gun.
They're gonna cancel us on Facebook for showing a gun.
I'm not showing a gun. I'm just gonna show the box.
We should show the gun.
No.
Yes.
I don't want to get canceled, Nate.
We're not gonna get canceled.
We got 5 viewers. I don't want to get canceled.
Terry will follow us on YouTube.
So, anyway, so I want a gun at the Whitetails banquet. Didn't know it
Live
until I
viewer.
got a call
Look,
from the. Got a call from the FFL. See, still got the.
Oh man, we're getting canceled.
We're getting canceled.
350 Legend.
Oh, by the way, it's got a scope on it too.
It's got a scope, a high-powered scope.
It's a Weaver.
It's a Weaver.
Nice little bolt action.
Tactical.
It's got a short little I think it's a bull barrel. It's got on it, dude.
I tell you what.
If we ever go out of state,
We clean house at that event.
we do look good.
What'd you think of that nice pheasant engraving on that over and under I won?
That looks sharp.
That was a cool gun.
So you guys took home 2 guns.
Last year you guys took home 2 guns.
I did 2 last year.
And you got 1 this year.
Got one
Last
this
year, or this year, me and Liza took home 2 guns, and you got 1.
And the year before, you guys got 1.
2 years, 6 guns?
It's not too bad.
What do you mean the year before we got 1?
You got 1 last year.
Liza's a 410 queen.
Yeah, she won 1 last year.
She won a single shot.
The turkey
Stevens.
special. Yeah.
Turkey special. And then 410.
You put some tungsten through that?
And then this year, Brian hasn't brought me in anyway. All he does is tell me about it. He don't bring me in any. Oh boy. 3 months,
now.
bud. Jake's event looks like smiles.
It'll be a good time. Nora can bring me home a free turkey call too.
Ben got the best piece of. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Can we go get the art and show it on the show? We got. We just hit an hour. We got a little time.
All right, we'll go get the piece of art.
I mean, so I'll tell the story about this piece of art because
I'll go get
a pretty good idea of how the whole thing went. So Ben and Hannah are there. They got their tickets. They're going through the line. Of course, they have the silent auction, the general raffle, some gun games, and then at the end they have the live auction. Well, apparently Hannah went through it. Ben said that, oh yeah, that's nice, whatever, blah blah. And I don't know how it actually went. Maybe Ben was joking about it. But behind Ben's back, Hannah went around and put a certain amount on one of the silent auctions. And lo and behold, the story is that Ben told her that all of these paintings will sell for more 200 or more. Won't go under 200. Well, so Hannah put the money down, and this is what Ben won, and Hannah won. It is a beautiful piece. It's actually one of my favorite ones. What number is it? 8?
Number 8.
Same number as our tool. A bunch of bucks playing. See that? See, we got
Big old 10-pointer.
Yeah, we got Brian, and we got Ben, and we got Nate, and Owen.
The little guy, and the little guy cleans house. He's got 4 of a kind.
Typical.
Yep.
Typical. But it's a nice piece of art. I like it. Personally.
I do too.
Personally, I like it. I'm waiting for him to hang it up back here. But he won't do it for one episode.
So we actually, as soon as I went up there to grab that, it's on a little bit of a delay because Hannah's up there watching it. She just kind of peeks around the corner and smiles at me because she's like, Nate's like, well, I'll tell the story. Well, Ben goes up and grabs it.
Which, by the way, the one in the live auction sold for $75.
More. 75 more than we paid. Just to be clear.
$275.
Yep.
But it was hilarious at the suspense at our table when Ben was like, "Oh my God, the one in the live auction is going to sell for $150. You paid $200 for it." Blah blah blah. That was hilarious. We were all having a good time with that.
So thank you for buying your tickets that night because that paid for my deer picture, pretty much.
Your
yeah.
deer picture paid for 2 guns.
Whatever way you want to look at it. That's a write-off? That's a write-off.
Good stuff.
What the heck happened?
I probably ruined it.
Frank LaValle tuning in says, hey neighbor. What's going on, Frank?
Frank?
Hopefully you got your plots all in. Looking good. Actually, he's probably really wet over there where he's at. But yeah, maybe I'll see Frank. I met Frank last year at Jake's Day. So we'll see what the weather does. Usually we bring Jeff.
I should be there.
Yep. You'll be there hanging out somewhere. So it's 100%.
Like, if you have a job that needs to be done when I'm there, I mean, you can just put me on it.
And Owen can hang out with Dad, Nora, and my mom.
I might go. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah. It's a fun event. It's an all-day event, pretty much.
Day to day what goes on in my life.
Yep. So it's basically an all-day event. 100% free. Don't need to pre-register. Doors open at, I'm looking for the exact time for that part of it.
8 o'clock.
No, I think it's 9. Yep, 9 to 1. Lunch, food, drinks, everything is free that day. That's the goal of the event.
Damn.
So every kid's going home with a turkey call, thanks to Cartel Calls. And
Seneca Lake Sportsman Club, right off 318.
Yep.
About 5 minutes off of your Geneva Thruway exit.
You got it. Right down from Sugar Creek, if you guys know that reference.
That's a local thing.
That's a local thing. But yeah, and that's put on by the, I want to get the chapter right because it's Hardwood Strutters chapter.
Hardwood Strutters.
So they're our local chapter because Drumland, the Drumlands chapter isn't on the roster anymore for that. So, what else we got going, Nate? That's it. That's it for June that we got booked for stuff. Don't forget that June 15th is Father's Day. The 21st is also opening day of bass season. It's third Saturday, so that's bass season, I think. Other than that, it's like me and Nate said, I hope it slows down a little bit for us here in June, because May's kind of been a whirlwind and a rainy whirlwind. So So no, it is June 15th actually. I thought it was the third Saturday, but it is June 15th for bass season in New York. June 15th and November 30th. So, well, I guess Father's Day, maybe my wife will let me go catch some fish again. Because last Father's Day, she let me go fishing for Father's Day for a couple hours in the morning. So that was a good time. But other than that, no mow May is almost done, but you could do your strategic May. What are you looking at? My garbage shooting?
Yes.
Yeah, I got to tweak my sight. I'm shooting a little bit to the right.
His patterns were way better when he was shooting a Hoyt. Just saying.
Hey, you know that one down the liver?
This is only.
That was your shot.
This is 15 yards. I didn't shoot that.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't shoot that. That wasn't me.
That was the one down the liver you shot.
Might have been me.
Kind of bum boat in tuning this episode.
Me test tuning Ben's new bow. I think it's pretty smooth though.
It's a nice bow. It's a good shot.
Except my anchor point to your eye point is definitely different because I had to like squint down and put my chin in my chest to look through the peep.
Well, I could have thrown a shot. Went down on it, pulled it down. So yeah, Arrowfest 7th, Jake's Day 21st, Father's Day the 15th, which is also the opening day of bass season. I think that's it for the upcoming. I have.
Congratulations, a frequent listener, Dan Festa, and the Trout Derby, taking home $100. Dan Festa.
Woo! Go Dan, take your shirt off. Bo would like it.
Bo would like it. Bo don't listen to us anymore.
So yeah, other than that, got food plot stuff, dude. We gotta just do some ride around walkabouts, find some time. I'm camping this weekend, which we'll see. It's the first time camping with Nora. It's only my wife's second time tent camping, so this will be a fun event, and we will have, it looks like according to the radar and the forecast, we're going to have some rainy upper 40s for the nights. So
baby number 2 will be on the way after this camping trip.
I was
They say.
I was just gonna say
2 people together in some cold weather. Strange things will happen.
All right, with that, thank you all for tuning into this episode of 100 Proof Whitetails. Appreciate you guys tuning in wherever you're checking this out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you tune into podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, etc. Thank you all for the support. And if you want to see something talked about, just drop it in the comments and let us know what you think.
Thanks for listening to the BS.
Thanks for listening to us ramble.
We'll see you.
See you next time, guys.